I will never forget the day I was chilling in a nigga's crib and he says, you want to watch something on TV? I'm thinking he's going to put some Netflix on, Netflix and chill vibes. I was cool with that. I'm like, bet. We go over to the couch. He pulls up something on TV. He goes on YouTube. I said, okay, this is different, but I'm still open to it. He goes on YouTube. He continues to type in his own name. Pulls up his huddle highlights. He was 27 years old. The huddle highlights from when he was 17, 18 years old in high school. About a decade ago. All right, it's been 10 years. We're looking at his huddle highlights from high school. He was not a football player at that moment. What are we doing? I could excuse the fact that you're older. I could excuse that, and I did. I could excuse that. But now you're showing me to my face that you're lame as fuck. In that moment, sitting on that couch, I thought I was going crazy. I said, there's no way this could be happening. There's no way. He's cute. He's built. He has a nice body. How can you be lame? How can you be lame as fuck? No. It felt like the world was cracking down. Everything was falling to my feet, honestly. And unfortunately, to this day, he will never see or hear from me again because you can't change that. That's who you are. Lame niggas will never get a pass in my book, ever.
All right, so before we even get into the content, man, make sure y'all go subscribe to my Patreon, man. A lot of exclusive content over there, more in depth. So that link is in the description. Appreciate you. I think this is what I love about TikTok, man. For me, I love TikTok because you get to see women's perspective on things and how they feel about certain things. And I know most of us dudes, we're not talking about high school, but we may be doing other things where a woman is gonna think you are lame. So I have a list of things that we have to understand about what happens when you're overcompensated and where are those things coming from. So let's go ahead and get right into the list. So I'll respond to the video first, you know what I'm saying? Anytime that I remember I heard Wale say back in the day, there was maybe like 8-9 years ago, I remember Joe Budden and DJ Academics had a show called Everyday Struggle. And I remember Wale was on there and he was talking about anytime that you have to refer to high school being the coolest part of your life, you didn't fell off. You know what I'm saying? When you're with a woman and you are showing her your high school highlights, like think about that. Like, why are you showing her highlights from 10 years ago? And then I guarantee you, Buddy don't even play football now. So that has nothing to do with anything. Why are you showing a woman your highlights from high school? And a lot of times people that were popping in high school, they didn't fail off. So that was the coolest point in their life and they haven't bounced back from that. But you 27, you know what I'm saying? You 27 and we still talking about high school? And so the thing is also, you never want to lead with accomplishments, especially not accomplishments from high school, right? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to lead with money and, your cars and stuff like that. But you're on another level to be leading with high school accomplishments. Because obviously you ain't got nothing better going on in your life currently. So you gotta show her that you was the man in high school 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Not even 1 year ago, not even last week. You gotta show her something from 10 years ago. But also I kind of wanted to talk about leading with accomplishments, right? Because a lot of times, as men, we get nice things, and when we start to grind and we make more money, we get our nice cars, we get our dream cars, we got a nice crib. And a lot of times, or we have money and we lead with it, trying to get that woman that we really want. And what you got to understand is you never want to lead with your accomplishments because it comes off as insincere. It comes off like a lack of, like, you don't have social skills. Like, you can't lead with your authenticity and your confidence. You don't really believe in yourself because a woman sees through all of that. And a lot of times, a lot of men be like, oh, all women want is money. All women want is money. No, gold diggers want money. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that just want money. Not every woman is like that. See, the thing is, you gotta be more of a mystery to a woman, right? Let a woman discover that you got that Benz. You know what I'm saying? Let a woman discover that you live on a top floor in a penthouse. You know what I'm saying? Let her discover those things. You don't want to lead with that or kind of talk about that because it makes it seem, because she's thinking in her head like, this dude don't even know me. Like, why is he trying to prove himself to me? I'm just a regular human that bleeds just like you. She bleeds just like you. She should be trying to impress you. Why you know what I'm saying? Why you trying to impress her? You know what I'm saying? Why you so quick to pull up in the Lamborghini years? You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times as men, we get a lot of success and we're quick to want to like show it to the woman. But the woman, what you gotta understand, she's eventually gonna see it. If she continues to rock out with you, she gonna see it. So it's no reason to lead with it, because it makes you look like a clown. It makes you look like you're clearly overcompensating. So she sees that you're very insecure and you don't believe in yourself. So you gotta lead with these material things or this success instead of leading with yourself. You know, how do you even know she's worth it? You know what I'm saying? I think as a man, when you're dealing with women, you gotta come from the mind frame of seeing if this woman's a good fit for you, because that's what she's doing with you. She's vetting you. So you should be doing the same thing. But a lot of times, because of how she looked and what she got back there and how she looks up here in our face, we do the opposite. We want to show her high school highlights from 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We on the first date, instead of pulling up in our, you know what I'm saying, like Chevrolet Malibu, we want to pull up in the Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you do things like that, you don't even know if she's worth it. Cause yeah, she may be bad on the outside, but she may be a one in the inside. You know what I'm saying? She could be a manipulator. She could be a liar. She could be a, you know what I'm saying, whatever, a cheater, unloyal. You know what I'm saying? She could be, you know, a robber, a killer. But you wouldn't know that because you're judging on the outside. And that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pay attention. See if this woman is even worthy enough. This is why I preach so much on this channel, cost-effective dates. Lead with your authenticity. Be a better conversationalist. See, a lot of times for me, I remember when I was in college, I would try to talk about things that I maybe did in the past and stuff like that, and try to build myself up because I didn't have nothing to talk about. A lot of us don't know how to have conversations with women. Like when you're having a conversation, this is just with anybody. When you're having a conversation with people, you just bounce back off of what y'all are talking about. So if she said she went to Utah last week, you may be like, dang, like, how was it there? Was it cold? Like, what was the food like? Like, you know, she'll tell you, be like, dang, was it good? Like, what was the people like? You know, like, would you go back out there? So you got to learn how to be versatile in your conversations. But a lot of times we automatically think, oh, I'm gonna lead with my accomplishments. I'm gonna lead with this. I'm gonna try to prove myself. And sometimes you don't even know you're doing it. It's just coming out. And if you pay attention, she's sitting there bored out of her mind, disgusted, want to throw up, thinking in your head, man, this dude lame. She texting in the group chat, girl, this dude is lame AF. Final thing we gotta also understand is you gotta learn how to build genuine connections with women. Like, you have to be authentic, right? When you come in trying to lead with different type of things, it's kind of showing that you're not versatile. You're not leading your life. You're not a man. You know what I'm saying? You're not in your masculine. You're not confident. Women love men who are confident. Being genuine is all about being interested in the other person, man. Shout out to Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Like, you got to be interested in the other person. People love people who are interested in them. So when you're building a connection with somebody, it's about providing your insight. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have different perspectives. So providing your perspective, but at the same time, letting the other person talk. Especially women, let them talk, ask them questions. Be interested in them. Because the more interested you show that you are in them, the more interested they will be in you. That's where the mysterious part comes in play. That's how you really be mysterious. When you're asking her questions and she like, dang, man, I've been doing all this talking. I don't know anything about him. I don't even know if he got siblings. I don't know, like, da-da-da-da-da. So that's how you have to be with women. Because anytime that you start to prove yourself or you start to overchase a little bit, a woman is going to eventually be turned off by that because she sees that you don't have it all the way there. You know what I'm saying? You're not all the way there. Because she, again, like I said earlier in the video, she bleeds just like you do. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about building genuine connections. And also too, within that, don't be lying, because think about if you actually going to have a relationship with her and you was feeding her lies. Well, what you gotta understand with women is it could be 20 years later and y'all can be maybe somewhere, wherever, right? Somewhere random. And that lie comes up and she's gonna remember what you said to her 20 years previously. So when you're building genuine connections with people, be real, be honest, because women are very intuitive. They remember every single word you say. So be a man of your word is what I'm saying. Build genuine connections. You ain't gotta lead with accomplishments. Let her discover that. Because if she discovers your success, it's much better. Because it's like, dang, this dude, I'm always finding something new about this guy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't giving it all up. You ain't trying to prove yourself. And that's the thing with most of us men. We're trying to prove ourselves to that woman that we got one-itis for. You know, like, and my whole point to this video is that, man, like when you overcompensate, which is basically meaning that you are the way you're coming off to people, you're trying to make up for what you feel like you lack. And when you do that, all it does is it damages what could happen. You know what I'm saying? It damages relationships. It damages whatever situation. It hurts it. Versus when you come off as real in yourself, you know what I'm saying? And the authentic you know what I'm saying? That is sustainable. You know what I'm saying? When you're inauthentic and overcompensate, it's not sustainable. It's eventually gonna burn itself out. The real you is gonna come out, you know what I'm saying? Which is that lame inside of you. You know what I'm saying? So my whole point to this video is, man, just continue to focus on yourself, build on yourself. If you gotta go to therapy, whether that is, you know, work on yourself, but you gotta spend time loving yourself and putting yourself first and working on these things. And realize how you're coming off to people, being self-aware. Those things are important. So like I say on every video, continue to put yourself first. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel as always. Guys, make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gone.